What if something you watch for just a few minutes a day is quietly reshaping your brain? Every time someone consumes explicit online content, the brain releases dopamine, a powerful chemical involved in motivation, reward, and habit formation. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's about reinforcement. It tells your brain, this matters. Remember this, do it again, and again. And today, explicit content is more accessible than ever before. Unlimited novelty, endless variety, instant stimulation. But when the brain's reward system is repeatedly activated at high intensity, what happens over time? Let's look at the neuroscience. Not opinions, not moral arguments, just research-based study over it. When someone views sexual content, the brain activates its reward circuitry, especially areas like the striatum. Researchers sometimes describe highly stimulating online material as a supernormal stimulus. That means it delivers exaggerated levels of stimulation compared to natural real-life experiences. Because of constant novelty and variety, dopamine spikes can be intense and frequent. Now here's where science becomes interesting. The researchers at the Max Planck Institute for Human Development published a study in JAMA Psychiatry. The study, led by Simone Kuhn and Jürgen Gallinat, analyzed brain scans of adult men. They found that higher levels of consumption were associated with reduced gray matter volume in part of the striatum, a key reward region. They also observed reduced functional connectivity between the reward system and the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for impulse control and decision-making in daily life matters. Now, this is critical. The study showed correlation, not causation. It does not prove that viewing caused those brain changes, but it demonstrated measurable structural differences linked to frequency of use. So, what could explain this association? The answer may lie in neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated behavior. Your brain strengthens whatever circuits you use most often. When a behavior is repeated frequently, the neural pathways involved become more efficient and more reactive. If reward circuits are repeatedly stimulated with high dopamine spikes, they can become increasingly sensitive to that behavior. At the same time, if self-control circuits are underused, they may weaken relative to the strengthened reward pathways. Some neuroimaging studies suggest that individuals with very high consumption patterns may show reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex. Since this region governs impulse control, planning, and long-term thinking, changes here may influence decision-making. Psychological research reviews have also linked compulsive use with increased anxiety, lower relationship satisfaction, and performance-related concerns in some individuals. However, moderate non-compulsive use does not automatically lead to these outcomes. The strongest predictor of negative effects appears to be loss of control, not simple exposure. So the real question isn't, does this instantly damage your brain? The better question is this becoming a repetitive, big compulsive behavior that is reshaping my reward system? If you're unsure, ask yourself a few honest questions. Do you feel fully in control of this habit? Has your tolerance increased over time? Do you need more novelty than before? Is it affecting your motivation, mood, focus, or relationships? If the answer is yes, small adjustments can make a significant difference. Reducing frequency can help recalibrate dopamine sensitivity. Limiting novelty-driven consumption may reduce overstimulation. Replacing screen-based stimulation with real-world rewarding activities, exercise, learning new skills, meaningful social interaction, strengthens healthier neural pathways. Prioritizing sleep and stress management supports the prefrontal cortex, improving impulse regulation. The encouraging part is this: neuroplasticity works both ways. The same brain that adapts to repetition can also recover and rebalance with healthier patterns. Here's the balanced scientific takeaway. Explicit content triggers real neurochemical responses. Brain imaging studies show associations between heavy use and structural or functional differences. But science does not say that occasional viewing permanently damages your brain. The primary concern identified in research involves excessive compulsive patterns combined with loss of control. Your brain is constantly adapting. It becomes efficient at whatever you repeatedly practice. So this isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Because your habits shape your brain, and your brain shapes your future. And remember, whatever you repeatedly feed your mind, your brain will wire itself around. So choose wisely.